everyone and welcome to sunny Australia. We have just moved here. We moved here a week ago tomorrow, which is super exciting. So this video we're going to do a little recap of why we moved and all of the different reasons of why we've chosen the location we have, a little bit of background of us, and then we're going to show you around our local area because we are getting to know it as well. So I want to go and see what the vibe is like. So there was a bit of a decision on where to live in Australia. We did consider WA and Queensland is kind of a home to us. So after some thought, we thought that we love WA, but it's a little bit remote. But Queensland has got all of the East Coast, which we love, and we're also close to northern New South Wales. So we have decided to move to Gold Coast. This is an area we are kind of familiar with, but some place we have never lived before. We do have friends in the area too, which is super nice and a big plus for us. And we really wanted to have the Australian lifestyle this time. We are literally 4 minutes walk from the beach, and we are living in South Gold Coast in Palm Beach, so it's a pretty good location.
So if you didn't know, or you're new to this channel, me and Charlotte, we actually used to live in Brisbane, which is just up the road, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours drive from here. And that's where we met. We actually lived there for quite a long time, on and off over the years. Now moving back to Queensland, we obviously had that draw to come to southeast Queensland and Brisbane, but we really wanted to have the lifestyle of being near the beach, near the coast. Charlotte's home in Cornwall, all of this is kind of familiar. Going for a morning walk along the beach, it's all been really nice over the past week. Yeah. So that is the reason why we decided to choose somewhere in South Gold Coast near the beach. Yeah,
Burleigh is a lovely city, but it looks like it's on the coast on the map, but actually it's a bit of a drive to find a decent beach. I think, what do you say, an hour and a half probably to where we are now to get to Brisbane City.
Yeah.
So we can still do trips there, but we thought this location was great. We've got all of the Gold Coast. We're kind of far away enough from surfers that we can see the cool skyline, but not be in the kind of craziness of it. 50 minutes from Byron Bay, which is really cool. So we're going to do some road trips there. And we've got all of the hinterlands, all of the waterfalls, the rainforest behind us in the Gold Coast. And then of course we've got Burleigh, and about 2.5 hours we're getting up to sunny coast Noosa, which is awesome too. So we thought this is going to be a great location. So we were living in New Zealand prior to this for 6 months, but Corey is from New Zealand, I'm from the UK, and that is how we were able to be here now. We met when I was on a working holiday visa years ago, and then I have a partner visa through Corey, which is just a temporary visa, but I get 5 years every time I apply. So I still have another year and a bit left on this visa, and then I'm going to reapply for a new one. So that is how we're able to live in Oz, which is awesome. And they've actually brought out some new rules for New Zealanders. I think if we stay here for 4 years, Corey can go for citizenship. So we actually have a path now to citizenship, which is awesome. Like when we lived here before, we didn't.
Yeah,
so it's something we're considering.
As a Kiwi, when you live here in Australia, it's great. You can come and stay as long as you want.
But there are many different routes to come to Australia. Of course, there's all the working holiday visas. A lot of our friends here are from the UK or elsewhere, and they have got their sponsorship through work. So there's many opportunities, but ours is kind of a little bit easier, and it's just like a partner visa, but a bit more complicated because Corey is not an Australian citizen but a New Zealander. But anyway, we made the decision a few months ago that as much as we love New Zealand, we just had a calling to come back to Oz. So this is where we are.
They have new visa options as well. If you've done a working holiday visa here before, I think there is an opportunity coming up in July this year where you can reapply for that same visa or get a 3-year visa. There's something like that. So if you want to learn more about this, if you want us to figure it out and then we can share videos on content like that about visas for Australia, then let us know in the comments.
So we've only been here less than a week, but we were pretty lucky, it seems, talking to everyone, that we managed to find an apartment before we even got here. So when we were in New Zealand, we jumped onto some Facebook groups that were like lease breaks and just general advertisements of rentals, and we found one in Palm Beach and decided to do a little Zoom call and apply. And it's not like our perfect place, but we just thought the location was great, and as just a setup to get us started, it's really good. We have a 6 months lease here, and then we're going to decide what we want to do after that, whether to extend or move elsewhere. But for now, it seems all good, and everyone's saying to us that it's really difficult right now to find rentals, especially on the coast. I think there's been a big boom, especially since COVID, people moving here. But I guess we were just really lucky, and maybe a sign that it was meant to be.
Definitely, we've noticed since we've been back the traffic along the Gold Coast Highway and even on the M1, the main highway that goes down the back of the Gold Coast, super busy. There's a lot of roadworks going on. I think they are trying to increase the capacity for the infrastructure here for more people to move here. But at the moment, there is just traffic everywhere. Gold Coast, it kind of is a little bit notorious for that at the moment, just speaking to our friends over the past week.
Yeah, something I've noticed when we first got here, I was like, wow, it's real busy. I'm not sure if it's maybe too busy for me long term. I guess I came from New Zealand, and it's kind of, even in Wellington where we were based, it's like the capital city, and it still felt quieter than this. So I like that I can literally just walk to the beach. We wanted somewhere where we can walk to everything. I can walk to the beach, walk to the shops, walk to all the main sports cafes, which is great. And then it's just a short drive to places we want to go to. But in general, it is definitely busier. But yeah, we'll just see how that goes and if that's something we get tired of or we find that you can deal with it. But overall, it's a super beautiful spot. I mean, this is a holiday destination, you know, the Gold Coast.
It's winter right now.
This is winter. I mean, it's crazy. People are out and about on the beach. It is a beautiful day. I mean, this is like UK summertime, really, isn't it?
It's really nice.
Like, I'm hot right now. I'm thinking maybe I'd have liked to have jumped in the water. We've only been here for a few days, and even though that we did used to come to Gold Coast on weekends and the odd trip, we know it, but we don't know it as a local. So we want to go and explore and find like our favorite cafes and coffee spots. And Palm Beach is a little bit smaller and quieter than a suburb up, which is Burleigh, which we really like Burleigh.
Burleigh is nice.
It is definitely busier because we first flew into Gold Coast last week and we stayed in Burleigh for a few days because it was my birthday. We stayed in a lovely apartment and just, yeah, really loved the vibe there. So I think we're going to go and explore that today. So come along as we go and explore the Gold Coast as locals.
Right, so this is the local beach here at Palm Beach. And you might notice in the background there are some cranes. There's a lot of apartment buildings going up. There's some quite nice apartments already built here. But we have got a little bit of an older apartment just across the Gold Coast Highway. Like I said, one street back from the beach. But this is where we've been coming every morning just for a walk along the beach. It's really lovely. But let's go and check out Burleigh.
So it's just a 10-minute drive to get from Palm Beach to Burleigh, which is pretty good. I mean, maybe during summer when it's a bit more hectic or summer holidays, it would be a bit longer. I don't know how enjoyable that would be, but generally South Gold Coast has some really nice suburbs. Our choices were between like Burleigh, Palm Beach, Coolangatta.
Yeah.
There's quite a few really nice suburbs down here, and you get the benefits of living in the Gold Coast, but you're away from the North Gold Coast. It's a bit more, nightlife, party vibe, like backpacker vibe. A bit old for that now. So we thought South Gold Coast would be nicer. Just trying to find a park. Unsuccessful, still can't find a park. More road work.
A lot of construction here. This is along the Gold Coast Highway, so they may be putting in an extension to the light rail which runs from Southport to Surfers or Broadbeach. It might be coming down to Burleigh next. We'll see. We
ended up finding a place called Commune, and they had some parking at the back, which is great because we were struggling, but this place seems really cute. It's a little bit busy here at the moment because they're building the rail, what's it called, the light rail?
Light rail, yeah.
I think it's a railway network up the coast, so it's all going on. But this cafe seems cute. Corey's gone for a coffee. I've just got a health shot. I'm trying to save myself from hungry because I know that I want to get a smoothie bowl in town. I mean, we know Australia, but we know like how great the cafe culture is here. There's just so many beautiful cafes to go visit. It's such a big part for me, for the draw card of living in Australia, is that cafe, brunch, morning culture. I mean, you don't have to wait till like 9, 10 a.m. like you do in the UK for a nice cafe outside of major cities. Here it's like 6 a.m. I believe. 5:30. 5:30. You can go to your cafe and get a nice coffee. The coffee here, Corey has had before, and he said it's really good, so he's very excited.
Nicaraguan
blend. Ooh, it cost. You had to pay an extra 70 cents for oat milk, but how much was it altogether? Your coffee?
$6.40.
$6.40. So is that normal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Yum. I like the cup. There we go. You're giving it to me. Do you want me to taste it?
Yeah, try it.
Okay, this is Corey's coffee, which he said is very nice. I agree, it's very nice. I went for a health shot. Ooh, yum. Cheers, big ears. ended up having to pay for parking.
So we're
That's
right on
okay.
James Street.
We are on the main street in Burleigh. A few nice little shops around here, cafes. I think we're going to go and have a little nosy. Well, I would have bought everything in that shop. Very nice.
See how much that stuff was there?
Yeah, it's a bit pricey,
It's like a completely like wholly linen shirt, and it was like $430.
Yeah, I saw the clothes I liked. It was $300-400. I was like, oh, not today. Really cute little baby girl. Oh, cute little baby things. I'm excited. Just a fruit shop, but they do like amazing smoothies and smoothie bowls. It's all takeaway, and they also have an avocado toast that's just $12, which is so cheap. Like you could pay what, $20 in a cafe. Got sourdough avo, lemon juice, like some dukkha. Usually feta, but just taking off the feta, so can't really beat it. It's usually delicious. Still looking for a park. Managed to find a park eventually, and as you can see, the beach is pretty busy today, but I think we're going to go find a spot on the grass. There's lots of really nice spots just in front of the beach, behind the beach, the grassy area. So we're going to go find a spot to sit down and have our food. Took a while, but we got there in the end. It was worth it. Beautiful spot, ocean view, watching the surf. Ooh la la. Can you believe this is winter? The wind's picked up, not cold.
It's actually a nice warm breeze, and that is actually one of the reasons we moved to the coast, because moving back to Australia, we remember in Brisbane, it used to be so damn hot, it was ridiculous. In summer, you just couldn't get away from the heat, you couldn't escape it unless you just stayed in aircon all day. But down by the coast, I think you've got that coastal breeze. It is a little bit cooler, it blows that humidity away, so hopefully for us over summer it's going to be a little bit more bearable.
Yeah, that'll be good to compare. We're hoping it'll be a bit easier to get through, because summer I really struggle living in Brisbane with the humidity. But I think it should be easier. Well, we can just go run in the ocean too.
We can always just jump in the ocean, yeah. But we have come down to Burleigh Heads Beach now, and we're at the southern end heading up towards Burleigh Heads National Park. It's super nice down here. It's very, very family friendly. There's a lot of like
playgrounds.
Yeah, there's playgrounds, there's lots of grass. Kids are just running around. There's like mums having little baby dates and stuff. It's really cute, really wholesome. And this area also, they have on Sundays, they have a drum circle down here somewhere, which is, I guess, an indication of the kind of vibe that you can expect from the Gold Coast, Burleigh Heads in particular.
Yes, and Burleigh also is probably one of the more tourist destinations in Gold Coast.
Yeah, for sure.
Outside of like surfers, I think if you're looking for a holiday in Gold Coast, a lot of people choose to come to Burleigh. And I can 100% understand why. First impressions of the Gold Coast so far then are that really positive. We love the morning culture here. I think that's one of my favourite things. I don't think that is necessarily unique to Gold Coast. It's kind of Australia-wide.
Yeah.
But obviously the kind of lifestyle you get with the Gold Coast as well means that it's just super nice. Like mornings are my favourite time of the day here. Everybody is up at like 5:30, 6.
If you're not up by 7, you've slept in.
You're lazy bugger. We go out for walks around 6:30, and in Burleigh it's busy. You know, the boardwalk's busy, the beach is busy. Palm Beach is a bit quieter, which is nice. It'd be nice to explore some of the other suburbs around us and see what they're like in the morning. But yeah, I just love the morning culture here. It makes you a morning person. I mean, we're on the East Coast, we get the sunrise coming up over the ocean, which is absolutely beautiful. You just have people on the beach meditating, going for a run. Just everyone's kind of, it's a great wellness vibe here, whether it's a spiritual wellness or just a physical exercise. People love to be out and about, and I think that's a massive draw card for us, and it's definitely what we hoped for exactly in the kind of morning routine lifestyle we'd get from the Gold Coast. Another thing that we kind of expected when we were having a quick research into the prices is that Gold Coast was going to be a little bit more expensive than Brisbane for rent, and we found that to be true.
Definitely, yeah. Our apartment, we have a 1-bedroom apartment, 1 block back from the beach, and it's $620 a week. But if we wanted to have something that was right on the beachfront, say in Burleigh or even in Palm Beach or Miami, Mermaid Beach, we're going to be looking at around $750 for one of like the nice new apartments.
That'll be minimum probably $700-800 for a 1-bedroom. Ours is actually furnished, which was kind of good for us. You don't have to buy too much stuff. But if you live further out, you could get something of the same price, maybe more of a house. But any of these high-rise, like ocean-facing balconies, you're looking at like 1,000 plus.
Yeah.
But they're gorgeous.
But you should get the amenities with that. You probably get a gym and a pool, and obviously the ocean view, and it's right on your doorstep, which you can't really put a price on.
No, I really like apartment living at this stage. Oh, the sun's gone. But yeah, I really enjoy apartment living. We lived in Brisbane in an apartment in the city centre. That was only about 3 years ago, but we paid less and had way more. So we used to pay $500 a week, but that would be with a rooftop pool, gym, cinema room, and a 2-bedroom apartment. And then now we've gone to a smaller 1-bedroom, older style apartment living. There is a communal pool.
There is a pool, but no
gym. And it's obviously, the building we used to live in was much newer and a lot better amenities. This one's an older build. And it's obviously $120 more expensive a week. But generally, overall, just rentals gone crazy, I think, on the coast, and then maybe Australia. Well, everyone's telling us every time we go somewhere like UK, New Zealand, now here, it's the same story. I think it's an issue worldwide with like prices of rental. I think since COVID maybe, but particularly we have noticed that here, like it's a bit hard to like pay so much extra for a kind of lesser quality place, but we have to factor in what's happened since we last rented.
Yeah, plus it's all the benefits that we get with it. We're right on the beach, we have like a local little community where we've got everything we need. We actually don't need a car. We could just live there with the supermarket, cafes, barber, like all the shops that we need are like literally in the same building. And if we need to go to say Burleigh Heads, or we want to go down to Coolangatta, or even if we wanted to push the boat out and go to Surfers, we could get there on the bus service, which is pretty decent, I think, on the Gold Coast. Yeah,
eventually we'll get a car because we want to explore more, but initially we have a rental right now. But I think we'll be fine for a little while without a car until we find something we really like, so we're not going to jump too much on that one.
We just want to say a quick thank you to discovercars.com, who hooked us up with a rental for the next 2.5 weeks while we're here in the Gold Coast and getting our bearings and getting settled in. So thank you, Discover Cars. If you're looking for a rental, check them out. There'll be a link in the description below.
And on the topic of cost as well, we have noticed, I've not noticed a massive change in the cost of food and groceries since we were last here.
No.
But obviously we've just come from living in New Zealand for 6 months, and it's definitely cheaper. So like your staple grocery products, it's definitely cheaper. Eating out, I think it's kind of similar, maybe a couple of dollars cheaper. Overall, I find eating out actually cheaper here than in the UK. I used to compare the UK and Australia a lot, and everyone always has this preconception that Australia is so expensive, and it's obviously an expensive destination to go on holiday, but when you live here and you earn the wages here, it's actually really great.
Yeah.
So even on holiday, like sometimes I look at prices of what we pay for food when we eat it out, and I know that in the UK, because we lived there recently, the prices of eating out was just so extortionate. It was ridiculous.
Ridiculous what you pay just for a small meal, you know, to get a takeaway or even to eat out.
Groceries in the UK are probably a little bit cheaper if you go to certain stores, but if you just go, like say you just stop at Sainsbury's, that'd be similar to what we would probably spend here at Woolies or Coles. There is it Aldi here, but then there's also the cheaper stores. I think you can find here too, that's probably even better. Overall, the cost hasn't, other than rent, we haven't been shocked about any of the prices in coming back after being away for a few years.
Yeah, and after being in New Zealand as well.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions about anything like the cost of living for any particular thing that you want to know, leave it in the comments below and we'll try and answer that in the next video or in upcoming videos.
Yes, anything about life in Australia. We're actually thinking about what kind of content to make now, because we're going to have a base rather than road tripping around or being a bit nomadic. So if you want to see more of maybe some lifestyle content, like behind the scenes, then just let us know what you'd like to see from us, because I have heard that from some people. Like, we're still going to make our travel guides because we've obviously got so many destinations close by. Soon we'll be going to like Byron Bay and Brisbane and Sunny Coast and filming some stuff there. But just, you know, kind of life in Australia, or maybe what it's like to be expats in Australia. Yeah. That's something that we might consider showing more of. So yeah, please let us know if you enjoyed that. So overall, First impressions of Gold Coast, it's going good.
It's going well.
Yes, we are happy to be here.
Yes, and there's a winter sunshine, nice and
I know,
warm.
how can we really complain? It's pretty beautiful, so we'll definitely be showing you more of the Gold Coast. Thanks guys for watching, and remember, if you want to see more of our life in Australia and some Australia destinations, then make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!
Bye.